ついてこれるか。
Hi everyone, Nesu here. I draw for fun and I make videos for fun. And today I want to talk about Yakuza 0 and specifically the transition of Goro into the mad dog of Shimano and how he sort of relates to me as a person. So he went from this stoic, everyday, I say everyday, the guy was still pretty scary, he would mess you up if you looked at him funny, but he was all around, you know, and I'd say average for Yakuza as a character. And then near the end of the game, he then develops this sort of almost unhinged personality. And it all is stemming from his encounters with people throughout the game. And then I think, if I remember this quote right, he says, "I'm going to live my life the way I want to," or something. I'll put the thing up in the video if I find it. But yeah, and I really liked his transition, to be honest. Bear in mind, I haven't played any of the other Yakuza games. I started with Yakuza 0. And then I'm going throughout the series. I know Yakuza Kiwami came out first, but I wanted to play it in numbered order just to see how each of the characters develop. I know that because technically Kiwami came first and then Yakuza 0 came out, then there will be some discrepancies with the characters' portrayals, but those can be justified with sort of the progression of time of these characters and maybe something we didn't see off screen. You know, it depends, you know, I'll see. I might have something to say about each of the games, but for now, we're going to talk about Goro. And so the way I saw it was, Goro he started as this just, you know, average person for a Yakuza character. And throughout his encounters, he became the mad dog. And it's sort of his growth as a person causing him to become like this. His growth through his interactions and his choices, where he could have just ignored a lot of the stuff going on, but he chose to take action instead, which then led him to this. And the way it relates to me is because when I was younger and more outgoing, I was pretty much, I won't say I was like the mad dog, because I wasn't, but if we're going to say that the mad dog is that idea of you doing what you want when you want, and you're just, you know, you're out there, you're speaking without really thinking about what you're saying. And then the transition to that into what Goro was before, that is sort of me. So before, I was like the mad dog, and then now I'm like Goro as he was at the start of the game, more reserved, less out there. I mean, it's probably hard to tell, you know, over this YouTube video, but that's just the way it is. And sort of like, I don't know, maybe I use that a facade in order to deal with situations. So I put up a stoic look in order to deal with, you know, having to go outside and talking to people.
Did he say?
No, it's not that deep, but what I'm saying is, it's like you sort of put up a barrier in front so that it's just it makes things easier, whereas Goro doesn't have that that Mad Dog isn't a facade. That's him letting go, basically. And that Mad Dog that is within me, but that's just being covered by my facade. It's sort of like that's my more creative side, my more daring side that likes to enjoy the moment. And that usually comes out when I'm hanging out with friends, or when I'm drawing, or when I'm watching anime. Actually, it happens a lot when I'm watching anime, actually. I do get quite crazy. So I sort of thought of it like, in the grand scheme of things, I think that stoic personality developed because I was putting responsibility onto myself, as well as the existing responsibilities that come with me being like, I'm the firstborn. I then also I feel like I have to look after my friends, and then I have to regulate how much fun time I'm having, because I'm an adult now, so I can't have a lot of fun. I have to be serious working, I have to be disciplined. And then again, I feel like that probably stems from my childhood. And then all of that developed into me having this separate creative side that just wants to let everything out. If I have an idea on the train, for example, I instantly want to draw it down. Or if I watch an anime video, what am I talking about? If I watch an anime, I instantly start like screaming or shouting, because like I'm very engaged with the fiction that goes on. So yeah, and like I only draw or create things when I'm madly in love with it at the time. So currently, I'd say I'm pretty in love with Yakuza and the Yakuza series. So that's why I'm making a video on it right now. And also the music that surrounds the series that I enjoy also causes me to create. It's sort of like the music helps guide my ideas throughout the creative process. And it's also actually why I don't do commissions, since that's fueled by someone else's drive. Yeah, so hang on, I'm reading from a script. I'm trying to be very organized now. So yeah, I when I draw, I sort of put my everything into it until it sort of pitter-patters. Do you know what I mean? Like that creative drive pitter-patters, like starts calming down just a little bit. And that's usually during the colouring stage, because the initial stage of sketching is when I'm like, okay, am I able to do this? Will I be able to do this? Then I sketch it, then I do the line art, and then at that point I'm like, whoa, how did I get that far? And then I have to colour it in, and then I'm like, I can't be asked anymore. I want to do something else. Like that's the madness within me, because I'm just like, I can't stick to it. I have to move to something else and then do something else. I have to keep creating. And when I get to that colouring stage, that's when I'm like, okay, this is nearing the end now. This is no longer as exciting as it once was. It's sort of like that anticipation to finish. And then when I'm by the colouring stage, that may as well be the finishing part. So then, yeah, it becomes less fun at that point. And then this is not really relevant to the comparison between me and Goro, but I really liked his, the romance that was going on between him and Makoto. That pretty much got to me, actually. Damn. Yo. Those are some sad scenes, you know. Oh, my days. Oh, I forgot to say, spoilers. Well, I'll put it at the front of the video. Now, what else did I want to say? Oh, yeah. So, Kiryu is the main character of the Yakuza series. But in Yakuza 0, I wasn't really feeling him until the end. Like, when was it that I really started liking Kiryu? I think it was the last fight with him and... I even forgot. It Shim something, but he was fighting one of the. Were they lieutenants? I don't even know. That's the thing, because with Kiryu's story, it's not that I didn't pay attention, it's that it didn't resonate with me that much. It was when he was fighting this guy who wanted to be known as the Dragon of Dojima, and then Kiryu goes to him, he says, "You can keep your little cute name." I was like, bro, Kiryu. Hey yo, you move mad, bro. Because the funny thing is, in the next game, that's what he's known as. He's known as the Dragon of Dojima. So, obviously, when I'm playing this game, I'm like, yeah, Kiryu's going to win. And then he's going to be known as the Dragon of Dojima. But then he's making fun of this guy for wanting to be known as that. Oh, my days. Yeah, that was when I started liking Kiryu. Also, there was another point that I liked from Kiryu, but I'll get onto that later. I just want to go on a side tangent that now I'm playing Yakuza Kiwami. And when I started it, I instantly liked Kiryu. He was just very likable. And then Majima is just, he's so different now. The way he says Kiryu-chan, it actually like low-key annoys me.
Kiryu, Kazuma-chan, Kiryu-chan. Amata na Kiryu-chan. Kiryu-chan yattan ka. Kiryu-chan. Soko no Kiryu-chan. Mata na Kiryu-chan. Kiryu-chan. Kiryu-chan.
I get it, but it's just, nah, it's not for me, the way he says Kiryu-chan. And then he's still the same Majima as Yakuza 0, but there is a huge difference. Because the thing is, he's trying to help Kiryu in this game, right? He'll mask it by saying, "Oh yeah, I just want to fight you at your best." But then, do you know what I mean? That's also something Vegeta would say to like Kakarot or Trunks, do you know what I mean? Because he does want to help them, but only because he'll get a good fight out of it, but then it comes from a nice place. So I don't know. There's... Oh, and I just wanted to comment that Goku and Vegeta are best buddies. I don't know why I put that in there.
Kakarot, you idiot, what are you doing?
Dying. Mostly. Little help. Thanks, best buddy.
Yeah, plus I feel like the cuckoo act he puts on is just him living his best life. So then, you know, I can't even be mad at him. But he does beat on his, you know, his men pretty badly. But then I guess he does that because he expects the best out of them. And they all follow him anyways. So it's like they know what they're getting into. Yeah, again, side tangent. I just wanted to bring that up. And then when Kiryu put on his grey suit, the end of that, he does that in the end of the chapter. That's called Black and White. And then when he puts it on, is grey, the suit. And I think that's like, it sort of, to me, that sort of signifies the balance within not only Kiryu, who was also trying to find himself throughout this game, but also maybe Majima. And also, it was like something that I need to look within myself to do. I need to find balance. I need to mold the responsible with that madness, which will come with time, as it did with Goro and Kiryu. Anyway, I hope it will come with time anyway. And I feel like it's already in progress for me, because I'm sort of like understanding the idea of work smarter, not harder. Because you can work as hard as you like, but if you don't do it in an intellectual way, it doesn't serve any purpose. Like, that you won't benefit from that because it's not always seen. But yeah, that's the end of that video. The start of it, I feel, had a point, and then it just, I don't know. If it didn't track, please tell me in the comments, because I'm not. It's been a while since I've recorded. Okay. But yeah, 2023. more drawings coming, more videos, more grey, you know, balance. I may not be the Dragon of Dojima or the Mad Dog of Shimano, but I am the artist for fun. Thanks for watching.
クールに決まったぜ素直に I love you 届けようきっと You love me 伝わるさ君に似合うガラスの靴を探そう二人で Step and Go いつまでも深夜12時を過ぎたって君は僕の愛しい